in the blackest void of space, beyond the reach of Earth's telescopes and the vigilance of the Green Lantern Corps, a derelict spacecraft floated in eerie silence. This colossal vessel, a Juggernaut-class engineer ship, drifted aimlessly, a ghostly remnant of a bygone era. Its design was an enigma, a perfect blend of biomechanical artistry and sinister intent. Its mission, lost to time, had been one of scientific curiosity and unimaginable horror. Within its shadowy confines, the universe's most lethal predators slept, biding their time. These xenomorphs, relentless and patient, waited for their moment to unleash havoc once more. Encased in their biomechanical prisons, the eggs and their monstrous progeny lay dormant, the perfect embodiment of nature's wrath. The Juggernaut's journey had begun on the desolate moon LV-223, where an experiment had gone horribly wrong. A system malfunction had released the xenomorph specimens, resulting in chaos that sent the ship careening through the cosmos. Its final destination, the shattered remnants of Krypton, a planet already steeped in tragedy. As the ship neared the ruins of Krypton, its presence would not go unnoticed. For here, amidst the debris of a lost civilization, an encounter was set to unfold. One that would pit these ancient horrors against a being of extraordinary power, a guardian whose legacy was born from the very world the xenomorphs were about to invade. This time, their path would cross with an adversary unlike any they had faced: Superman. Kal-El, known to the universe as Superman, found himself inexplicably drawn back to the remnants of his home planet, Krypton. Long since destroyed in a cataclysmic event, the planet's shattered pieces floated through space like a graveyard of memories. Using a spacecraft designed by his Fortress of Solitude's advanced technology, he navigated the treacherous asteroid field that had once been his world. The ship was sleek and powerful, a marvel of Kryptonian engineering combined with Earth's finest advancements, capable of withstanding the harshest environments of space. As he walked among the ruins of what had once been bustling cities, Superman felt a profound sense of loss. The crystalline structures, now shattered, glinted faintly under the distant starlight, casting ghostly reflections on the desolate landscape. He wandered through the skeletal remains of buildings that had once housed vibrant lives, his superhuman senses picking up echoes of a past long gone. The memories of his parents, friends, and the culture that shaped him haunted every corner. But something was wrong. Amid the silence, his acute hearing detected an anomaly, a sound that didn't belong in this desolate landscape: the faint, rhythmic pulsing of an unknown beacon. His curiosity piqued, Superman followed the sound deeper into the ruins. The beacon's signal grew stronger, leading him through a labyrinth of collapsed structures and crystalline debris. His mind raced with questions. What could possibly be transmitting a signal from this dead world? He quickened his pace, navigating through the hazardous terrain with ease, his eyes scanning for any signs of life or danger. The rhythmic pulsing grew louder, resonating with an almost hypnotic quality. Finally, he reached a vast underground cavern, a relic of Krypton's mining operations. The cavern was immense, its walls lined with veins of luminous minerals that bathed the area in an eerie, otherworldly glow. In the center, partially embedded in the rock, was the source of the signal, a Juggernaut-class engineer spacecraft, known as the Juggernaut. Superman's eyes widened as he approached the massive ship. Its design was biomechanical, unlike anything he had ever seen before. The ship's exterior was covered in strange, organic patterns, and it exuded an aura of ancient power. He could sense that this vessel held secrets that could be both wondrous and terrifying. As he neared the ship, it suddenly came to life. Lights flickered on, and a low hum filled the air. The cargo hold opened, releasing dozens of xenomorph eggs. Superman instinctively tensed, recognizing the threat. His first instinct was to destroy them, but before he could act, the first of the eggs hatched. The facehuggers, sensing a host, leapt toward him. With his super speed, he dodged and incinerated them with his heat vision, but more kept coming. From the shadows of the ship, the true terror emerged: a Xenomorph Queen. Towering and menacing, she screeched, rallying her brood to attack. Superman prepared himself for the battle of his life, knowing that this ancient horror could not be allowed to spread beyond the remnants of Krypton. The cavern became a battlefield. Superman fought with all his might, his fists clashing against the xenomorphs' exoskeletons. They were unlike any adversary he had faced before, resilient, relentless, and terrifyingly intelligent. The acidic blood splattered as he tore through them, the ground sizzling where it landed. The Queen, however, was a different challenge altogether. Her strength rivaled his, and her cunning made her a deadly opponent. She struck with her tail, sending Superman crashing through the cavern walls. But he was undeterred. He unleashed his full arsenal: heat vision, super breath, and unmatched physical strength. Superman charged at the Queen, delivering a powerful punch that sent her sprawling. Yet she quickly recovered, her inner jaw snapping at his face. He barely dodged in time, retaliating with a burst of heat vision that seared her flesh. The Queen roared in pain but was unrelenting. She lunged at him, claws slashing through the air. Superman caught her claws in his hands, struggling to hold her back as her brood surrounded them. As Superman battled the Queen, the rest of the Xenomorph brood swarmed him. Their speed and ferocity were unlike anything he had ever encountered. He was forced to retreat, using his super speed to outmaneuver the onslaught. For every Xenomorph he destroyed, more seemed to take their place, emerging from the shadows with chilling tenacity. The relentless horde tested his limits, their acidic blood burning his skin despite his invulnerability. Each drop of their vile essence sizzled on his suit, leaving dark, smoking patches. Superman flew into the air, smashing through the cavern ceiling and raining debris down on the brood. He hoped to buy himself a moment's respite, but the Xenomorphs followed, their agility allowing them to scale the walls and leap toward him. The battle moved into the open air, the ruins of Krypton becoming a war zone. The site was apocalyptic. Shattered spires of crystalline structures provided a haunting backdrop to the chaos. Superman weaved through the ruins, using the terrain to his advantage. He hurled boulders at his pursuers, crushing some, but many more kept coming. Their relentless hisses and shrieks echoed through the desolate landscape. He unleashed his heat vision in sweeping arcs, cutting down swathes of Xenomorphs, yet they continued their assault. Their numbers seemed endless, a tide of black carapaces and razor-sharp teeth. Superman's fists blurred as he struck them down, his blows sending shockwaves through the air. Despite his superhuman endurance, fatigue began to gnaw at him. The Xenomorphs' relentless attacks and their sheer numbers were wearing him down. He could feel the sting of their acidic blood through his suit, and the burns were accumulating. For the first time in a long while, Superman felt the edge of desperation. With a surge of determination, he soared higher, gathering energy from the sun's rays. His body glowed with renewed power as he dove back into the fray, hitting the ground with such force that it created a shockwave, toppling the nearest Xenomorphs. He couldn't afford to let up. The fate of not just Krypton's memory, but potentially the entire galaxy, depended on him stopping this scourge here and now. In the heart of the cavern, amidst the chaos, Superman discovered a hidden chamber, a control room that had belonged to Krypton's ancient defense systems. Realizing the potential, he activated the long-dormant machinery. The room responded, lights flickering on as ancient Kryptonian technology roared back to life. The defense systems targeted the Xenomorphs, laser turrets and energy shields coming online. With the help of his homeworld's technology, Superman gained the upper hand. The turrets blasted the Xenomorphs, cutting through their ranks. Even the Queen found herself overwhelmed by the combined might of Superman and Krypton's forgotten defenses. But the Queen was not finished. With a final, desperate attack, she charged at Superman, tail lashing out. He caught it, his eyes glowing with determination. With a mighty effort, he lifted her and threw her into the path of the defense turrets. The lasers cut through her, ending her reign of terror once and for all. After a grueling battle, the Queen fell, her screeches echoing through the cavern as she breathed her last. The remaining Xenomorphs were quickly dispatched by the automated defenses. Superman, bloodied but victorious, stood amidst the wreckage of the alien hive. He activated the self-destruct sequence of the Juggernaut, ensuring that no trace of the Xenomorphs would remain to threaten another world. As the cavern began to collapse, he flew back to his spacecraft, narrowly escaping the explosion that eradicated the last vestiges of the Xenomorph threat on Krypton. Superman stood on the edge of the asteroid field, looking back at the scattered remnants of Krypton. He realized that his battle with the Xenomorphs was a reminder of the enduring danger that the universe held, but also of the indomitable spirit of his people. Krypton might be gone, but its legacy lived on in him. And as long as he drew breath, he would ensure that no other world would suffer the fate that had befallen his home. With a final, solemn glance, he set course for Earth, ready to face whatever new challenges awaited him. The universe was vast and full of threats, but Superman knew that he could stand against them all, for he was the last son of Krypton, and his fight would never end.